3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1210. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting the subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. If you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome. And thank you very much for your support and helping me reach 300 subscribers at this time, as well as your presence during this reading. I just want to mention that for somebody, the number 33 might be significant, or the number 23 as well. And just as I was talking about the significance of the number 33, I saw the number 111 on the timer, which is about having trust and faith. There are 2 ones in 1210. And it's very clear here that you are being encouraged in terms of the number 33 and or the messages in this reading to have trust and faith in yourself, in the universe, your intuition, your strength, maybe even another person or a certain situation where it may be helpful to just allow yourself to trust the process. One second. I am seeing in my mind's eye a lion, or a tiger actually, big cat in general, that I feel is connected to trusting some sort of process. Maybe you're trying to create something or build something, or maybe there's a project you're working on or something artistic that you are working on. Maybe there's something here about cake or prosthetics. To me, big cats are connected to courage, because on the strength card in tarot there is a lion, and there's also a woman who is handling the lion. You know, like, it's almost like there's something here about taming some sort of beast or something dangerous or powerful without force, but with warmth, love, connection, maybe even understanding or patience. Trust the process feels like a particularly important message here. Maybe something is, where things are headed isn't quite clear, or you're feeling doubtful about something that you're working on. It just may be helpful to trust the process and allow yourself to see how things unfold. There's also the number 2 in 1210, which can be confirmation of a significant relationship or situation, and there's something here about trust. Should you trust this person or have faith in this situation? Are you hesitant? Is there fear? and you feel confident, how does this person or this situation make you feel secure or insecure? I feel like regardless of what resonates here, it's important to reflect very deeply on how you feel about a certain situation or about a certain person. Now, for somebody, there is some sort of process you can trust here. But for somebody else, it may be wise to be skeptical. Or maybe even you feel called to trust the process, but also be skeptical. Which I think is interesting. You may be feeling quite distracted in some way or another, and this distraction is happening for a reason, as does everything in my opinion. Why do you feel distracted? What is it trying to tell you? Is it trying to tell you to pay attention to something, to, get back on track, or is it something else? There's also the number 0 in 1210, which I interpret as being connected to recurring themes and patterns, and I felt particularly connected to the word signs. So you may be seeing recurring signs, or there are certain patterns that feel like a sign to you. Regardless, pay attention to these patterns, these recurring themes, whether it shows up as spiritual communication, the way that things align, or in some other way. Pay attention and allow yourself to be curious and maybe even connect the dots in some way. This number can also be a reminder or a confirmation for you to put yourself first, to have a healthy relationship with yourself, to always have your own back, to be your own best friend instead of your own worst enemy. There's also this feeling of having self-respect, just generally being willing to step up for yourself, your worth, what you deserve, what you need, what you want, just being very present with who you are, honestly. There may be an opportunity to heal and to change or get rid of some sort of unhealthy patterns or themes that are coming up in your life or in the past. Hopefully not in the future, but maybe in the present too. When you add up these numbers, 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4, is 0. Of course, it's still 4. And the number 4 is connected to stability and your ancestors, past loved ones. I feel like they are really encouraging you to have trust and faith and to navigate some situation or relationship with wisdom and awareness instead of ignorance and carelessness. Especially if it is related to your stability or sense of security or safety. Your ancestors could be coming through to encourage you to protect yourself or to heal in some way. I personally think in general, usually when they come through, it is about self-care and understanding how much of an impact that can have on those around you. Not just yourself, but also those around you. It can be a reminder of how connected we all are, how much bigger your own experience is in life than yourself. Maybe it's important here for somebody to actually recognize how connected, deeply connected we all are, how interdependent we all are. Not just materially, but also energetically. You will always have to decide whether it spreads more truth and love or more hate and lies, depending on what you foster within yourself. Maybe your ancestors are encouraging you to be honest with yourself, to show more love and patience and understanding towards yourself. And if you're already doing this, maybe they're just showing up to confirm for you that you're doing the right thing, both for yourself and the collective. Really. Overall, this number, 1210, has really encouraged you to have trust and faith in yourself, the universe, maybe another person or some sort of situation where it feels important or useful to trust the process and allow yourself to see how things unfold. There is a specific relationship or situation that seems to need to be talked about here. And it's important to be wise with your decisions, how you navigate this situation, and to allow yourself to protect yourself and to choose yourself and take care of yourself if you need to. There's also been a call here for you to pay attention to patterns or recurring themes, and these can be in the form of like signs, spiritual communication, or different ways. Past loved ones have also come through during this reading to encourage you to protect your stability, to do what you need to do to make yourself feel safe and secure, whether this is emotional or physical. And if you're already doing that, this is confirmation that you're doing the right thing. So somebody here might be feeling connected to, interesting, the idea of some sort of simulation, maybe this life, maybe some video game. And the reason why I say that is because I was thinking about Sims 4 while I was being silent. It just felt like it was part of the reading here. And I said interesting because of the number 4, reinforcing the presence of ancestors and past loved ones, whether you knew them in this life or not, especially if there's something important here for you to focus on related to your stability, how safe and secure you feel. I just saw a warning, a sign about a warning with the number 243 on the timer to protect yourself from a person or some situation that is manipulative, dishonest, selfish, and opportunistic. Really not considering you, your worth, what you deserve, how you deserve to be treated, or how you deserve to be spoken to. As you can see on the table here, we have all these cards laid out, which are Zoltar Speaks cards that I got from this box here. They are, I guess they say fortunes on them. It's not really, I don't think it's really anything marketed meant for readings, but I think you can use anything to divinate or to read. And I chose these cards. But I did see the number 333 on the timer while I was showing you that box. And that is connected to using your voice and expressing yourself, being honest with yourself and those around you. And if it's there, to take an opportunity to heal, to grow, to evolve, and to awaken more deeply if you already do feel awake too, to some degree. There may be something that you like to do, or a person that you like to connect with, that you don't have access to at this time, and that can be frustrating. And it feels important to have a healthier relationship with this absence. Maybe to find a different way to spend your time, or to connect with somebody or people in general. It's on 444 on the timer. Your ancestors are really present right now. Whatever's going on at home, at work, with your family, other close personal relationships, there's something important here to focus on, to acknowledge, to navigate with wisdom. Let me go ahead and get this card right here, because I do want to read this one. First, the lucky numbers on this card are 30, 35, 10, 27, 5, and 26. And it says, you've been wondering what to do with all those benefits you have or are about to receive. Just remember, the branches of a tree return their sap to the root from where it comes, as a river pours its stream to the sea where its spring was supplied. Wow. The mention of the root, this ancestor energy is pretty strong. It also feels connected to your root chakra, your trust, your faith, your sense of safety and security. It does seem like this card is already encouraging you to take whatever abundance you have and to invest it in yourself, to give yourself more stability, to help yourself feel more safe and more secure. It's basically just a call to invest in yourself. The heart of the grateful man is delighted to return a benefit received. You are basically a kind and good person. You find confidence in the goodness of another. This is good proof of one's own goodness. Your heart may be pleased to know that there is many a good man to be found under a shabby hat. So it's like there's encouragement here to invest in yourself and maybe to be generous to someone else, to somebody who doesn't look like they have a lot of money or a lot of support. That feeling of a shabby hat really does remind me of somebody who may be struggling, maybe even be homeless. There could be somebody here in need that you could give to, but make sure that you are giving to yourself first. Make sure that you first are safe and secure, because I personally believe that you can't give to others if you don't first give to yourself. Overall, this reading has encouraged you to have trust and faith, to be wise with your decisions while navigating a certain relationship or situation, and it's definitely okay to protect yourself if you need to choose yourself. In fact, past loved ones are encouraging you to do what you need to do to secure yourself, to protect your own resources, your own emotions, your own investments. Pay attention to any recurring patterns or themes that are coming up, especially if it's in the form of spiritual communication, like through signs, readings, messages, whatever. It could also be in the way that things are aligning. Maybe there's something here that feels like a coincidence that could be a sign of alignment, but make sure that first it's not a trap. I'll say that. Make sure that it's first not a trap. It's okay to take your time to think through something, to give to yourself before giving to someone else. But I do think that there is somebody here who would appreciate your generosity. Someone who, they could be in need or they could just not have a lot in life. And I just feel like they would really appreciate your help or your support if you decide that you are able to offer it.